So there are a couple of things that I want to address first. The first thing being that anything and everything that I am about to say has absolutely 100% nothing to do with Rawbeautykristi. I love Kristi. I have been a supporter of Kristi since 2016, but I just want to make that very clear before I say anything, that I under no circumstances am saying anything negative about Rawbeautykristi, about her channel, about her as a person, about how she personally handled this situation. I think that she did everything that she possibly could as the creator of the product, but not as somebody who actually is in charge of the brand. So please do not think that I'm talking about Kristi at all. I love her and I support her, and I did all of this crazy stuff to get her collaboration. So clearly I care for her. So for reference, if I'm looking down at all during this video, it's because I have my computer down here and I am going to probably be reading some tweets that I have sent to Pure or that Pure has reached out back to me. So just know that. I'm making this video because I want to talk about the Rawbeautykristi and Pure Cosmetics launch that happened today. I set my alarm this morning for 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I live in Washington State, same state as Kristi. And so I woke up this morning so that way I could be part of the launch. And as everybody is aware, the site crashed. And so, you know, I didn't really think much of it. I knew that that was probably going to happen. So I was fully prepared for being able to wait for the launch. And then it was about 11 o'clock when I started kind of getting a little frustrated about this, because I was noticing that Pure Cosmetics was being a little silent. There was like no communication coming from the brand, and then they finally did start reaching out like on their Instagram stories and were just saying that they were sorry that they were disappointing Rawbeautykristi's fans and that they were doing whatever it took in order to get their site back up. And like, I just was looking at Pure Cosmetics' site or their Twitter feed, and all that they were doing was just replying to people and just saying, we're really sorry, we hope that you can get it soon, but not like really talking about what they were doing to try and fix the problem. They just kept being like, sorry, that sucks, oh, that's too bad. And it's like, that's not solving the problem. Like, if I, as a consumer, am waiting for you to do something for me in order for me to get your product and give you my money, and you have obstacles so that way I can't do that, you just constantly telling me that you're sorry doesn't make me feel better. I want you to tell me that you are working at it, or like give me a status update. Like, I get it that you're sorry and I do appreciate that, but like, what is happening in order for this to become better? There's no acknowledgement of that other than we're working on it, you know? And so that was a little bit frustrating. One funny thing that I wanted to mention was that at about 11:45 a.m., while I was still trying to get into Pure and, you know, I was getting the 502, 503, 504 rejections multiple times, I went on my Facebook just to kind of get a break, and I saw that I was getting targeted ads for Pure Cosmetics, like suggesting me. And so I tweeted at Pure and I said, LOL at Pure Cosmetics for sending me targeted ads for how many times I have visited their site today. Don't think I'm going to be visiting your site for a while after this, Henny. He tweeted this ad about at 11:17 a.m. They tweeted, we absolutely hate this is happening and are terribly sorry. We are working tirelessly to fix. That's all they said. So I responded back to them at 12:37 p.m. because they had not said anything since that tweet. I responded to them and said, honey, it's been 3.5 hours since launch and barely anybody has been able to place an order. We need some better communication from you other than we're working on it. We need to hear from you so people can leave Rawbeautykristi alone. She doesn't need this stress. She's not in charge of Pure Cosmetics. She's not. She is the face of this product, yes, but she's not the one that's in charge of this launch. And so people are going to her, and if she doesn't have the answers, then what is she supposed to do, you know? And she just does not need the stress right now with everything that's going on with her, with, you know, with the baby. And, you know, this is supposed to be a great thing for her, and it wasn't going great. And that is so frustrating and upsetting. And the fact that the brand was just like, we're sorry. Like, that's not a good answer. You need to back up your creator. You need to be there for them, and you need to do something about it. Kristi tweeted out at 1 o'clock saying, so I've been behind the scenes trying to figure this out for you for hours. Thank you so much for your support, and I am so insanely sorry for the crashing and delays. I will let you know when things are fixed and up and running. For now, it looks like it's still down. I responded to her and I was like, should we just try again later, or do you think we should just keep trying to get in? It's fine if you don't have an answer, just wanted to know if Pure Cosmetics gave you any guidance for us to go in either direction. So I still kept trying to go in, but like, I just kind of wasn't sure. And she posted something about her Instagram story. She posted that tweet and said something about like, I'll let you guys know when to go in later. So then I stopped, because to me, I took that as we weren't supposed to be doing it right now. Like, go again later. I got a tweet back saying that they're doing a queue now to enter the site to go get in line. So I did, and that was about 3 o'clock. So I got in line, which my first reaction as soon as I heard that they were doing that, which at 3 o'clock, it's 6 hours after launch date or launch time. Why was that not implemented 6 hours earlier? Now you're doing it 6 hours after you said that you were going to start launching the product and people weren't able to get it. So you have 6 hours worth of people who are just so frustrated and so furious. And then they're all trying to get into that queue at once. So you know what started happening? The queue line was freaking ridiculous. When I got into it, there was 1,000 people in line, which I thought was bad. No, 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 no. I had people replying to my tweet saying that they had 6,000 people behind them, which I thought was bad. No, 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 no. People have 12,000 people ahead of them in line. And I just, it was so disheartening, you know, because I know that I'm not the only person that's a fan of Kristi. I know that. All these people love her as much as I do, and I just don't want people to think like, oh man, I'm not gonna get it. Like, that's just so frustrating. And I feel extra guilty now because of something else that happened during my ordering, which I'll tell you about in a second. Anyways, so then I, you know, waited in line. It only took me about half an hour to get through the queue. So I finally did it about 3:30, and I was very excited. I had already planned out my whole order because I had done it about 100 times, from, you know, getting kicked out, kicked back in, kicked out, kicked back in. We all did it. It's fine. We know the drill. We know what happened. Anyways, so I finally get in. It's my turn. I go through, I log into my Pure Cosmetics account. All my stuff is already saved there from the 50 times that I had done it previously. I get all the way through. I enter my PayPal information. I enter it all in. I hit submit, and then it happens. The site crashes again. So you're telling me that you found a way to fix it so that way you could control the amount of people who could come into your site at once, but then once they enter the site, they still can't order the product? Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? So I got a little red line at the bottom that said your order can't be processed right now. And I saw on Twitter, some people were posting that they got the same thing too. My PayPal had the money taken out of it. So then I was getting really mad because I was like, okay, you are taking my money and now you're not giving me the product. So now what's happening? I went back to Pure Cosmetics Twitter to see if they had any updates in what they were saying. And then I got more mad because they were responding to people who were complaining about their payment issues and saying that they had customer service lines that you could call on Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. or you could email them and they could respond within 24 hours. I don't know if you know this, but today, the day that it's launching is on a Sunday, which means they're telling you that if you have a problem with your order being processed, there's literally nobody available to help you today. So you're telling me Pure Cosmetics on a launch that you knew was going to be high demand and you knew there was going to be a lot of people here, and now 6 hours after the fact, when you finally have people who are here and are actually buying the products and are actually in here, you don't have anybody available to help with the customer service side of it? You have nobody available 6 hours later when people are finally able to actually buy the products? That pissed me off. I tweeted at them and said something about the fact that you took my money and now I don't have any product. Love that for me, you know, sarcastic. So then, you know, I'm still trying to process my order, still trying to get through everything. And, you know, still getting the rejection that it's not going through over and over and over again. And mind you, I don't want to close out and I don't want to go back in because of the fact that I technically already have access into the website because of the fact that I saved my spot in the queue. So I have to stay here. I can't do anything about it. And then the 503 gateway error happens. And how is this your solution when it's not your solution because we're still having the problem 6 hours later? This is not okay. I logged back into Pure Cosmetics. When I logged back in, once I was able to get back into the website after I had gotten that 503 error, the first place that it took me to was my account information. It didn't take me to my cart. And so when I went to my account information, it said, here's your orders. And it said that I had 2 orders processing. They had taken my money twice and had already processed my orders, meaning that I got Kristi's Collab, but they never told me that it went through. I never got a confirmation email. And they actually told me on the website multiple times that my order was not processed. It said in that little red bar that has been shown on Twitter, your order cannot be processed. I was going in there to try again for a 3rd time, so I would have ordered a 3rd collection if I had not seen that account information. I don't even know how many times I would have done it. So now I have 2, hopefully, I have 2 collections coming to me, and I feel so terrible about it. I feel guilty because here's the thing. I took something from somebody who's in that line right now waiting for a pallet because Pure Cosmetics couldn't get their shit together and figure it out for this launch. They couldn't figure it out and just let people know that their orders went through or process their orders the first time. And I feel so guilty. You know, I really feel guilty about it because I know what it's, this is a first world problem. I understand that, but I know how much Rawbeautykristi means to everybody. I mean, she means a lot to me. And, she's been there for me for times that, I've had the worst year of my life and her videos have saved my life in so many ways. And I know that there's so many people that feel that way about her too. And I would just hate, I have 2 of them coming now and I just want to give it away to somebody. So once I get my palette, I'm gonna figure out a way to give it away to somebody. I might reach out to Kristi and see what I can do. But the whole thing is just really frustrating, I mean, I don't even care about the money thing. Like, I don't care that they took all my money and stuff. I mean, I do, but like, I can afford to lose some money, you know? I care more about the fact that I took a palette from somebody who probably really wants it, you know? I can't contact Pure Cosmetics to change it because they don't have customer service available. So, you know, when I tweeted at them about the fact that they took my PayPal account money and I hadn't gotten the product yet, they responded to me, and you know what they responded to me with? That they had customer service available Monday through Friday from 9 to 5, or that I could email them and get a response within 24 hours. So I responded to them, and I had my last little jab to them, and I just said, just a word of advice. If you're going to have a high demand launch online, and then it results in hours of unsatisfied customers unable to even enter your website, you might want to have customer service available that day. Just saying. I'm happy that I get to support Kristi, and I'm happy that I am so grateful that I get to even get anything in the first place, you know? But I feel like Kristi was a really good person for Pure to collaborate with, because Kristi is a lovable person. Everybody loves her, you know? I mean, she's a content creator that is universally well liked. And so Pure Cosmetics, they really needed that boost of morale. They really needed somebody that could bring some, you know, good spirits to their name. And Kristi was really a good choice for them. And I think that, you know, this collection would really do good for them. But I think that the way that they handled this, really put a bad taste in everybody's mouth for Pure. It has absolutely nothing to do with Kristi. And everything that I have seen online, and nobody has anything bad to say about Kristi. And I think that that's the way that it should be, honestly, because this has nothing to do with Kristi. It has everything to do with Pure Cosmetics and the way that they've handled it, because they've handled it like trash. They should have done the queue from the beginning. They should be sending out confirmation emails that people have gotten their orders, because you've charged people multiple times for orders now. And I mean, I hope that I'm getting it, you know, I hope that I'm getting my orders, and I'm hopeful that I'll be able to give one of my palettes away to somebody who didn't get an order in the first place, you know. That's just kind of how I have to look at it. Spent my whole day working on this. I can't imagine other people who didn't have the time to do this today, how frustrating this must have been. I can't help but feel bad for Kristi too. I can't, you know. If Kristi's watching this at all, which I know she probably isn't, I'm really sorry that this is how your first launch went. I'm really sorry. You didn't deserve this at all. You are a beacon of light and happiness in all of our lives, all of your viewers' lives, all your small viewers, you know. And those of us that support you, like, we did all of this because we wanted to support you and because you make us happy, you know. So I just felt like I needed to share my experience. I don't think it's okay the way that Pure Cosmetics handled this. I just really don't. Just really don't want any hate to go to Kristi at all. She doesn't deserve any of that. She doesn't. She did nothing wrong. She was very communicative with her entire fan base, you know. And I can't wait to get the product if I do end up getting it. You know, I'll try and keep you guys updated in the comment section or the description of this video as best as I can. But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to get all sad and mopey. I just, you know, just want everybody to be happy and get things that they want, and it sucks when that doesn't happen. So yeah. Congrats to Kristi. Sorry, I just feel like this video is so like, ugh, ranty and terrible and stuff, but like, really congrats to Kristi that she got this collab. This is so a huge deal to her, and I really do think that the product itself is amazing, and I'm really excited for it. I just, you know, wish that this launch would have gone smoother, but it has absolutely nothing to do with you, Kristi. You, you know, you love things with your whole heart, and I'm very similar in that way, so I totally understand how you're feeling right now. But you know, your fan base knows that this is not your fault at all. It has nothing to do with you. But I think that the more of us that speak out and just talk about our experience with it and just say that it wasn't okay, then maybe they'll listen. Who knows? Anyways, I hope you guys are having a good day. Thanks for listening to me rant. I'll talk to you later. Bye.